evening, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you being here. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is our recess meeting of Tuesday, May the 20th, and we will first stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll follow that with invocation by Alderman Sistrom, and then a moment of silence. If you would join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alderman Sistrom, if you would please.
Thank you. Let us pray. Loving God, help us to hear your clear voice amidst all the noise around us. Guide us in our decisions and setting of priorities. May our actions be in alignment with your will. Amen.
Thank you, everyone. We do appreciate you being here tonight. We obviously have a full house, so this is fun. All right, the first item on our agenda, and just for clarification, so everybody knows, we've got one. Alderman Brooks is on the phone, and so every vote we take will have to be a roll call vote. And Alderman Rupp is having a lovely time in Paris, I believe it is. So someone is out there having a little vacation. But anyway, we are on our way. So the first item of business will be approval of the official agenda with the considered items. Do we have any changes? Alderman Moore.
No, ma'am.
Alderman Beatty? Alderman Sistrom?
No, ma'am.
Vice Mayor?
No, Madam Mayor, thank you.
Alderman Vaughn?
No, ma'am, Mayor, thank you.
All right, in that case, I do need a motion to approve the agenda with the consented items.
Make a motion to.
Thank you, Alderman Moreland. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Vaughn. If you would please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrom.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks. Alderman Brooks.
Alderman Brooks, can you hear us? All right, give us just a second. You guys having trouble back there? Alderman Brooks? Alderman Brooks, are you, okay, can I get a yay or a nay for agenda items? Is that a yay? I'm gonna go for the yay. I'm sorry, keep going.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, thank you. And I will now read the consented agenda items. First, we have consideration of the minutes of the May 2nd, 2025 work session of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. We have consideration of the minutes of the May 6th, 2025 regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. Under Mayor's business, we have consideration of the resolution authorizing the lien for 203 Ware Street as provided in the attachments. B is consideration of resolution authorizing the liens for parcels 1180 -00-340.00 and 1180-00-338.00 as provided in the attachment. Consideration of entering into an agreement with OpenGov Software through SHI International Corp. to replace Brightly Asset Essentials for the transportation, parks and recreation facilities, water distribution, fleet, walkability, signal, stormwater, and work order management, and to authorize the mayor to execute a contract not to exceed $208,188.63 over the next 2 years with implementation June 2025 through September 2025 not to exceed $40,074.70. Under board business, we have consideration of a special event request by the Stark Vegas Juneteenth Committee for Unity to hold Juneteenth on June 19th, 20th, and 21st, and have city participation with in-kind services. Under engineering, we have consideration of approving Atwell and Gent, PA, for construction, administration, and design modifications of a medium voltage service, the Main Street Corridor Improvement Project, for a total contract amount not to exceed $33,750. Number 2 is consideration of renewing the uniform contract with UniFirst Corporation in the amount of $143.11 per week to provide uniforms for the street department based on past service and quality. Number 3 is consideration of approving Atwell Gent PA for the Main Street Improvements Fiber Design and Planning Project for an hourly not to exceed professional services contract for a total amount not to exceed $45,000. 4 is consideration of travel for the City Engineering Inspector Mark Nance to attend the National ADA Symposium in Atlanta, Georgia on the dates of June 15th through 18th with advanced travel and registration costs not to exceed $2,400. Under Finance and Administration, we have acceptance of the April 2025 financial statements. Number 3 is consideration of renewing property, vehicle, and equipment insurance services with Travelers Insurance Company for 1 year. Under the Fire Department, we have consideration of the purchase of 6 sets of firefighting turnout gear from NAFCO and CATS, which are compatible with existing gear at a total cost not to exceed $23,000. Number 2 is request permission to apply for and receive fiscal year 2025 Emergency Medical Services Operating Fund, EMSOF, grant in the amount of $14,855 to use towards purchase of a Sprint truck. Under Human Resources, we have request authorization to hire Andrew Bichon, Tyler Divold, and Fabiola Gudez as student interns for the Starkville Utilities Department. 2 is request approval to hire Hayden Holly as a non-certified Starkville police officer. 3 is request authorization to hire Casey Ray as a temporary seasonal aircraft lineman, FBO, at Starkville Airport. 4, request authorization for Joy Landry to assume additional duties in a dual role capacity as the administrative assistant for the sanitation department and the receptionist at City Hall front desk. And 5, consideration of disciplinary action recommended by Chief of Police Mark Ballard as a result of IA number 25-05-001 for Starkville Police Department employee discipline of police officer. Under Parks, we have consideration of change order number 4 for the McKee Park Improvements Project in the amount of an $18,371.95 increase with Ethos Contracting Group to include additional trees for the amphitheater and additional drainage for the playground areas. And number 2 is consideration of approving change order number 1 for the J.L. King Box Culvert Replacement Project in the amount of $65,053.55. Under Police Department, we have request approval for Stephen Garcia and Cole Britt to attend the Mississippi-Tennessee Tactical Officers Association SWAT course number 41 in Memphis, Tennessee, May the 26th through June the 6th at a cost not to exceed $3,500. B is request approval to enter in a non-compensated special investigator contract under Mississippi Code Section 41-29-112 between the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, MBN, investigator Michael McClendon, and Starkville Police Department with investigator Michael McClendon as a non-compensated special contract investigator under Mississippi Code 41-29-1112 by the conditions set forth in the contract. Under Utilities, number 1 is request authorization to accept the low quote from Magnolia Pump and Equipment, Inc. in the amount of $9,764 for a 50 horsepower pump for Trim Cane Pump Station. 2 is request emergency authorization as per Mississippi Code Section 31-7-13 sub K that an emergency exists such that a delay repairs by obtaining a second quote prior to repair would have been detrimental to the interest of the governing authority to purchase a 50 horsepower pump for the Trim Cane Pump Station in the amount of $11,908.50. 3 is request authorization to approve work order number 12, amendment number 1 with Garver to provide additional support related to ongoing litigation related to the wastewater treatment plant aerators. And 4 is approval of the task order number 3 with Neil Schaefer for engineering services for the Bluefield area water main replacement project. And that does conclude the consent agenda items.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'm happy to do that. They're out there going, would she ever get through with that? All right, and next we move on our agenda, we have announcements and comments. And so, in going first, I've got a little litany of things here that I want to mention because I think it's important. And first, you know, we all went through the storm and the recovery associated with that. And so I wanted to be sure and thank all the people who participated in that cleanup. We certainly had lots of homes, lots of property that was damaged. We had trees down everywhere. Most of it was north of 182. In some cases, actually, it was mostly north of Crack Street, but nonetheless. But we had, everybody was an all-hands-on-deck kind of effort. And so our police department, our fire department, sanitation, environmental services, streets, engineering, everybody pulled together and worked long hours. Utilities department, the electrical guys, all were doing the things that brought power back and made everybody safe, and no one got injured, which is obviously a wonderful thing. But at the same time, there was a lot of work that went into it and a lot of long hours. And so I think it's appropriate that we be sure and thank those guys. So for those who are watching and those who have come in contact with all of our employees, please remember to thank them for the extra effort, because that is one of those things that, you know, I don't get out there to do that stuff. You know, they do it in the terrible weather, and so it's really one of those things that I think we really need to mention as an appreciative element for us. Secondly, we have a memorial holidays coming up, and Mr. Smiley wants me to make sure I remind everyone that while we will not have pickup on Memorial Day, we will have citywide sanitation pickup on the Tuesday following Memorial Day. So don't put your stuff out until Tuesday morning, but we'll pick it all up on that day. Also, absentee voting schedule. We're going to do this until we're done. On Saturdays, May the 24th and the 31st, from 8 to 12, we will be open here at City Hall. City clerk will be staffed, and you will have the opportunity to absentee vote. And then Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 until the 30th. And so there's still plenty of time if you're over 65, if you're going to be out of town, if you're going to have surgery, whatever it might be, then you may come in and vote absentee here at City Hall. So I would ask you to do that. And I'm going to let the Vice Mayor, when he has a moment to give you those those polling places, the current polling places. I'll do that. If you do that
Sure.
when we get to you, Vice Mayor.
Sure, absolutely, Mayor, thank you.
Also, we had a groundbreaking last Friday, which to me was very special, and we had a huge turnout for it. And so I want to thank all those folks who participated in that. It is as we begin the Main Street project, which is going to be, I know, disruptive to our Main Street, but it's one of those things that you look at the long view. And I think most of the people who were there, a lot of our Main Street folks, Econ Construction, Kimley Horn, who was there as well, the ambassadors from the partnership, all the people who have helped us be supportive of the project. I think it will be one of those things that when we get to the end of it and we see the end result, I think everyone will be pleased. But we're going to be starting at this end of the street and working our way down, and it will be done in phases so that you can see pretty much how it's going to look as we go along. And so I'm hopeful that we will have perhaps someone with a street-side cafe by the end of this year. So my fingers are crossed. And that, I guess, is it, except for making introductions. And then we have one last little program note. But at this point, we'll make introductions to the fire department. Chief, where are you hiding back there? There you are. Would you like to bring the gentleman forward so we can meet them? So first is Jonathan Miles. Raise your hand, Jonathan. All right, first and foremost up front. Jonathan has joined the fire department as a non-certified firefighter, bringing with him over 14 years of experience in fire service, 3 of which were as a fire captain in the Meridian Fire Department. Jonathan also has experience as an instructor with an Ivy Consulting Group, teaching basic life support, CPR, and first aid. In his role, he will assist our certified firefighters during emergency calls while studying and training to become a certified emergency medical technician. His background, service, and dedication will greatly benefit our fire department. Originally from Meridian, Mississippi, he is married to Brianna Miles. Together they have a daughter, McGuire, and 2 dogs. Jonathan enjoys hunting, fishing, working out, and using his carpentry skills for special projects in his free time. So do you know Jamal?
I do not.
Okay.
Do not.
Sorry, I threw you a curveball, didn't I?
Do not.
The new American Idol is from Meridian.
I
So
saw that, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Did a
But
good
anyway,
job.
welcome.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being with and joining the fire department. So. All right, Graham Murphy. Oh, y'all are in order. Look at this. Okay. Mr. Murphy has joined the Starkville Fire Department as a non-certified firefighter, and although new to the fire service, he brings valuable experience from his previous role as a group fitness leader at Club 4 Fitness. With a natural knack for teamwork, he is excited to join the Starkville Fire Department and serve the community. He's originally from Little Rock, Mississippi. I didn't even know we had a Little Rock, Mississippi. Okay, he graduated from Mississippi State University with a bachelor's degree in biological sciences in 2020 and a master's degree in workforce educational leadership in 2021. And in his free time, he enjoys exercising, reading, and playing tennis. Welcome. All right, are you Chance? All right, we are all in line. That's great. All right, so Chance Knoll joined the fire department as a non-certified firefighter. He's on track to graduate with an emergency medical technician certificate as well as an associate's degree in fire protection from Meridian Community College. Chance's hard work and dedication will be a great asset to the Starkville Fire Department. And she turns the page, but she didn't do a good job. You're also originally from Meridian. You don't know Jamal either, do you? Okay. He is during emergency calls. He's going to assist our firefighters and become a certified firefighter. He has 7 dogs and 3 cats. In his free time, Chance enjoys exercising, spending time with his family, and advancing his knowledge of the fire service. So welcome, Chance. We're gonna round back up to the 7 dogs part. That's pretty stout. Mr. Phillips, by process of elimination. Welcome. He has joined the fire department as a non-certified firefighter, bringing valuable experience from his previous job in construction. His background in the construction industry has equipped him with practical skills that will be an asset to his work within the fire department. Joseph is originally from Starkville, Mississippi. He graduated with a liberal arts degree from East Mississippi Community College. He's married to Cecilia, and together they have 2 children, Miles and Donovan. Joseph enjoys meeting new people, exercising, reading, and learning new skills in his free time. Welcome to all of you. We're delighted to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief. All right, and last but not least, we have a very special presentation. Chief Ballard, we have a life-saving award that he is going to present, and I think there's a video that goes with it. So, Chief Ballard, I will turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, Vice Mayor, board members, thank you for allowing us to do this presentation in your company tonight. One of the most important and special tasks I have as the Chief of Police is to recognize when our people make decisive decisions, the right decisions, while up under a tremendous amount of pressure. And that's what tonight is about. Because his camera system had a steam effect, I'm providing a picture before we play the video of a brief overview. This was taken moments after Cameron Bell conducted a life-saving event. He parked down the street. You can see the house is fully engulfed, and credit to the firemen. The heat that surrounds this is just amazing. And he felt way down the street. Explosions, pops. You're going to hear the 911 recording where she is trapped, cannot get out of this back gate area that you see right here. We've all been around campfires that get too hot, so you can imagine the flame that's going to occur. So you'll hear Cameron deploy, locate her, feel the heat, the smoke is overwhelming, make the decision to go in to locate her and to drag her out. And in this particular event, to Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Board, seconds matter, not minutes. So with that, I'll turn it over to the video that captures somewhat the event. And I ask that you look on the tracking side for the foot patterns there to know where the location is, where he's at as this occurs, and then I'll read a brief presentation afterwards.
Someone muted you. Press star 6 to unmute.
He's making it through the first gate, going to the second gate now. Thank you. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, I'd like to read off a brief positive letter that in our department recognizes these types of acts. On behalf of the Starkville Police Department, I extend our deepest gratitude and highest commendation for your extraordinary act of heroism in rescuing a woman from a fully engulfed structure fire on the early morning hours of May 3rd, 2025. Your bravery and swift action in the face of extreme danger with nothing short of life-saving, entering a burning building, risking your own life to save another, demonstrates a level of courage, dedication, and selflessness that is truly exceptional. Because of your decisive actions and refusal to back down in the face of overwhelming peril, a life was saved and a family was spared unimaginable loss. Such acts are the embodiment of what it means to serve and protect. Your actions that day are not only commendable, they are inspiring. You have reminded us all of the incredible character and commitment behind the badge. Please accept this life-saving award medal and letter as a heartfelt expression of appreciation and admiration. We're proud to have individuals like you safeguarding our community, and your actions will not be forgotten. With deepest respect and gratitude.
Thank you, Chief. And thank you all for being in attendance for that. We appreciate that you were here to support your fellow officer. So we are very grateful for that service and for your understanding. So thank you. All right. And with that, I have no other announcements or comments. So Alderman Moreland, anything?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Beatty? Alderman Brooks, are you there? All right, I'm gonna jump you a little bit here, so Alderman Sistrunk.
Nothing, thank you.
Vice Mayor?
Mayor, let me just have a few moments of
Yes.
personal privilege this
Please.
evening. First thing I'd like to mention, Mayor, as a follow-up to your communications earlier about the polling locations for the June 3, 2025 general election. Ward 1 will vote at the
Thanks to unmute. You unmuted, let's help.
May I
Go
proceed,
ahead.
Mayor? Ward 1 will vote at the Sportsplex, the Annex Building on Lynn Lane. Ward 2 will vote at the Sportsplex, the Travis Outlaw Building on Lynn Lane. Ward 3 will vote at the Sportsplex, the Travis Outlaw Building on Lynn Lane. Ward 4 will vote here in City Hall. Ward 5 will vote at Fire Station 1 on East Lampkin Street. Ward 6 will vote at Fire Station number 3 at the intersection of Garrett Road and Highway 39. And Ward 7 will vote here in City Hall. Mayor, just as some additional comments, let me just say, in addition to what the mayor said, like I'm hearing an echoing from somewhere, but nevertheless, I can continue. Mayor, as to the inclement weather that occurred a couple of Thursdays ago, I think it was on about May 8 of 2025, which primarily hit in Ward 6 north of 182. And Mayor, I certainly want to thank all of the individuals, department heads, and all others involved. Mayor, you made a very grand appearance in terms of your immediate response to the situation. I know the gentleman from 7 was involved to some extent, and all of the department heads who were involved want to greatly appreciate you. Don't want to miss any, but I want to say, Mr. Smiley, thank you for your dedication and commitment to all of the brush that was just piled up, that was breathtaking, but you made it happen, and this is what character is all about. We're one team and one family. When one side of the community get hurt, we all hurt. I want to thank the engineering department for their street department, for their coordination of work and services, for everything that was done. This municipal workforce moved with all deliberate speed. I want to thank the utilities director, Mr. Kemp. He was absent, but it was just like he was here. His staff, among all other department heads, rose above and beyond the call of duty. I understand the police department was very involved with just their presence and all the things that they do, and they knocked on some doors, as I was informed, over in Rolling Hills, and The residents there are so touched, forever grateful, humble, thankful, and appreciative. And we thank all of the other departments heads, just those throughout the city, the entire workforce. The mayor and I were over in Rolling Hills initially after the storm hit sometime the afternoon, about 4 p.m. The residents just were taken aback, and as the mayor said, the blessing on this whole thing is that there was no loss of life, there was no injury, and we hear the news all across this international world that how people lose their life. Just in this country, you saw about the news in the various states, but this city rose with great character, with great integrity, and I'm just so thankful. We as a team, our board, we have to work together as a city to make a difference, to make things happen. And our city has been full of cleanliness since that storm. All of the department heads, they worked around the clock. And when the employees came to the scene, as the mayor and all of us witnessed, they came with such urgency. They came with such dire of concern. They came ready to work. Regardless of where it was, they delivered, and the people saw that. And I've, of course, all of us have had some presence throughout the city, the mayor and I know Aldermen and some others, and the people just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. There are big trees that look so gigantic, so monstrous, so frightening. They were just uprooted from the roots. And there were houses damaged, there were property damaged, but through it all, no one got hurt and no one got injured. And we, as a team, did what was necessary. That is a great workforce, Mr. Human Resource Director, but we vet these employees so well and so good. And let me just make a couple more comments while I'm here. Our police chief, I want to thank him for his leadership and all. And Mayor, let me take this time. I've been wanting to say all these things, and this is necessary because you put me on assignment on these issues and matters and things. Over at Overstreet Elementary School, had the DARE graduation, Corporal McWhorter, a 10 o'clock ceremony, 1 p.m. ceremony. She did a great job, has been recognized nationally. The police chief was there, the assistant police chief was there, and their entourage, just like they're here this evening. They show up and they represent. We went down to Starkville Academy. We represented this city, and we were one team. We represented everybody, but that's what it takes when we all work together. We make each other look good. And last but not least, Mayor, I've been intending to say this for a few weeks, and I cannot leave this department head out because I was just immaculately involved. I want to thank our honorable city clerk. I thought I'd get her attention just then, Mayor. I did. / finance director. She and her team rose above and beyond the call of duty. The absentee voting, and I remember the first day, Honorable Clerk. The first day was that Tuesday, the 18th day of February of 2025. And your staff, based on my personal observation, did a very professional job. All your members, I think her name is Carter, the mayor's name is Carter, Ms. Perkins from Walthall, Ms. McLaurin and Mr. Corbin, all of you were involved. You had the curbside for those who weren't able to come in. And the great thing about that is that you all recognize everyone's constitutional right to vote. You serve with honor, you serve with class, you serve with dignity, you serve with professional. How do I know that? I saw it. I brought a number of people there to the polling place, and when I left there, Honorable Clerk, everyone was just so heartfelt. They said they were so nice. They're great people. They're so assisting. They're so caring. And as your staff did that, they did it with a smile. And that's what this city, that's why we're the best small town in the South for 2 consecutive years, because of our greatness, of our brilliance, our resilience, our perseverance, our working together. We don't work in division. We work as a family, one community, one county, and one city. That's how we live, that's how we work, and that's the only way we can keep that designation. We have to show publicly and not privately that we're concerned about the needs of everybody. So with all that said, Mayor, as you well know, we have a very brilliant workforce. All of the department heads contributed to the storm. Mayor, I tell you, I have to share with my colleagues, all of them. The mayor called me and informed me that about the very severe thunderstorm. I was at my office, and of course my wife basically called, and the mayor called. She told me that she was en route to Rolling Hills, and we got there about the same time at the intersection of Aztec and Choctaw. And I tell you, things began to happen when the mayor showed up, and this city got taken care of, and we're just so blessed. We're so thankful, and we're so appreciative. And you know, a lot of people think that we aldermen are part-time. We are full-time, in my opinion. After 32 years, I can say that. We are full-time individuals. So those who complain about our pay and our what we do, be thankful. We are on the clock 24 hours a day. People see me at church. They talk to me at Kroger. They talk to me at the post office. They talk to me in Sullivan's. They talk to me at Harvey's, everywhere. That's all of us, just not the vice mayor, all of us. And why we do that? Because we love this city. We care this city. We're one board. We work together. We get everything done that we can. We help every ward, every community, in every place in this town. And that's because we care about everybody. So we continue to work together. We're going to keep building this city in a monumental way. Mayor, just my heart says thanks to everybody for all that you did for the storm. And the police department is very, that young man, he used to attend church with me, Mr. Bell there. That was his mother in the audience, from a great family, very remarkable for what he did, and very bravery, courageousness. Assistant Chief, he was complying with the rules and regulations, that body cam was working, and we just appreciate all of that. He's just trained really well, and the leadership starts from the top. Mayor, thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Alderman Vaughn?
Thank you, ma'am. No comments.
All right. And I do want to notice, since we're here, I just got a text on my phone that says we are under a tornado watch from 5:50 today until midnight tonight. So just FYI for anyone. And so I don't think the umbrella's going to do it for tornado watch. But anyway, just letting everybody know we just got that alert from our Emergency Management Center. So FYI. Next, we have citizens' comments. Anyone wishing to comment, now is the time. You have 3 minutes. Our city clerk, our illustrious city clerk, will time you. You can give us compliments, concerns, criticisms. We prefer the compliment piece, but Mr. Turner, always nice to see you.
My name's Adam Thomas, Ward 7. To the mayor, to the police chief, to the fire chief, to sanitation, to the fire department. To the mayor, the people is glad that you have really grown the city. You have really hung in there with us, and we're proud of that. We're proud of 182, but we're a little concerned about Main Street. We would like to keep the handicap accessory in place, and we were concerned about the delivery trucks and stuff, how they were going to do what they do. But anyway, we thank you for everything, and also we want you all to try to help the people that was in the storm, because we have con artists out that want to take advantage of situations.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Appreciate your comments. Anyone else? Anyone else? Now would be the time. All right, I feel a mayor's youth council coming on. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Board of Aldermen. We are the Starkville Mayor's Youth Council. My name is Mariah Malone, and I serve as City Clerk.
My name's Alana Neal.
My name's Ian Jung. My name's Kevin Singh.
This year wouldn't have been successful if it wasn't for you all's help in sponsoring us as the Mayor's Youth Council. One of our recent events that we have hosted was our second annual Youth Fun Day. The first year we hosted was last year, and we only had 3 attendees. This year we had around 15 attendees. We can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you being on the youth council. And for those who don't know, the Mayor's Youth Council is a select group of young people who are learning leadership skills and who come from all of our high schools, both the academy, the private school, public school. So it is a lovely cross-section of our community, and I think that they are very interested in perhaps future governmental service. I think that would be lovely, civic service of some kind. So thank you for being here. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? All right, I will close it for public hearing, or I'm sorry, public comments, citizen comments, and we will go to public hearings. Oh, I'm sorry, that is the first one. I was looking over here at Scotty, so I'm sorry. Mr. Haviland, we have a special exception request. You have the floor.
This is a special exception request by Cracker Real Estate LLC to allow for a dwelling townhome row house in a TN-N zoning district, which according to the use chart that requires a special exception. And to orient you to this site is about 1 acre. It sits directly west of Maison DeVille and directly east of the entrance to Oakvale on the south side of Lynn Lane. The applicant is proposing to build 2 buildings with 3 townhomes each in each building, and with the parking located in the rear. To the top of the page is Lynn Lane. The detention area would be in here in front of the building because of the way the site slopes, but it'll be landscaped up to be for sort of an amenity to the site. This is some elevations that the applicant submitted. That's the view from the street at the top, and then this is just kind of a side view showing the parking in the rear with the proposed landscaping. This request was noticed in accordance with the UDC. 17 property owners were notified directly by mail, and a legal ad was published on April 17th, along with a sign being placed on the property. As of this date, the planning office has received 1 phone call against the request. And as with all special exceptions, there are 8 criteria to use in review and approval. And on May 13th, the Planning and Zoning Committee or Commission voted unanimously to recommend approval of the request. If there are any questions.
Was there the vote, call against for something specific, or just it's not
Lyle
going to be
took the phone call,
wood
but
anymore?
what he wrote down is he believes they were from south of the property, and they were concerned with having parking close to their backyard and balconies overlooking their backyard. But there should be some separation between that subdivision and this development, and then their balconies on the back.
Okay, and there's the buffer, landscape buffer?
There's not a required buffer because the density is actually higher on all the developments around it.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any questions of Mr. Haviland? Mr. Brooks, are you muted still? If you want to give me a high sign or something, okay. Do you have any questions of Mr. Haviland?
Not at this time. I looked at this and we actually have another one of these that we come in front of planning and zoning, and I think it fits well with what we've got going on with the density across the street and what's proposed. But I don't have any questions, Mr. Haviland. I've looked at it here in my pack. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, is the applicant here? Would you like to come forward, please, sir? Anything you'd like to share about the project?
No, other than I've owned this lot for 4 or 5 years, and I've thought of many other uses, and I feel real confident in this. We've put a lot of time and thought into the plan, and hope to get it approved.
Okay, all right, thank you. I will open it as a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak to this, now would be your opportunity, either for or against. Either for or against. It's open as a public hearing. All right, seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing. Any other comments, concerns, or questions from either the applicant or Mr. Haviland? Alderman Sister.
One quick question. Mr. Haviland, you said that a buffer's not required, but this may be more appropriate to ask the applicant. I see several trees in the design. Is that your plan to include putting back some trees? Because that's a heavily wooded lot right now.
Yes, ma'am. My understanding, whatever we remove, we have to replace or some
Certain trees, okay.
And there is still a requirement that the trees that are within the setbacks on the side and the rear,
Okay.
they have to keep 50% of all the ones that are 10 inches
Okay.
diameter. So there is a tree protection that's going on those adjacent
Okay, great.
property lines.
Thank you.
Okay, nothing else? All right, we are at a point where we can entertain a motion. Do I have a motion?
Move approval.
I have a motion for Alderman. Okay, I have a motion for Alderman Sistrunk for approval. Alderman Brooks, would you be the second? All right, I have a second from Alderman Brooks. If you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, motion carries. Thank you so much. All right, next item we have is public hearing consideration for lot mowings of properties listed on the agenda, and I think you have a, well, no, that doesn't count for that, for Mr. Carruthers. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board of Aldermen. Tonight I come before you to hold public hearing for lot mowing list and pursuant to Mississippi Code 21-1911. The locations are 106 Shadowwood Lane, 241 Cright Street, 2400 Douglas MacArthur, 300 Scale Street, 314 Louisville Street, and 603 Hancock Street. This is a photo that started the case on 106 Shadowwood Lane on May the 9th. And as of this morning, you can see that the lot has been mowed. Next one's 241 Crites. This is what it looked like on May the 9th. And again this morning. And this one has been mowed as well. 2400 Douglas MacArthur on May the 9th. And as of this morning, there's been no change. The yard still looks the same. 300 Scale Street on May the 9th. And as of this morning, everything had been mowed. 314 Louisville Street on May the 9th. And this morning. 603 Hancock Circle on May the 9th. And then this morning, everything was mowed.
All right, so basically all but one have been managed, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Everything but 2400 Douglas MacArthur.
All right, good. Well, that's nice to have, and obviously people are responding, but we shouldn't have to chase them down to do it, so. All right, so we do have this mowing list. Let me open it as a public hearing. Now would be the time to speak on the matter of the lot mowings and having them declared in need of cleaning and to approve the cleaning in accordance with 21-19-11. Anyone wish to speak to this public hearing? Now would be the opportunity. Now would be your opportunity. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing, and I would entertain a motion for us to make those declarations in accordance with the findings of 21-19-11.
Mayor, I've got a question. 2400 Douglas MacArthur is one of the routine, the ones I know you've been before us presenting. Will this get added to the list to where he doesn't,
Yes.
we can just go
That's
ahead
it.
and cut the grass?
All of these will,
Cool.
so that
Just
if they don't
making
keep
sure.
up with them, we will be going, we'll
Just-
post them, and 7 days later, we'll go back and
That's what I
with the
wanted.
charge to be.
I know that one's been a little difficult to.
Okay. Do I have a motion? Motion from Alderman Sistrunk. Do I have a second? Second from Alderman Vaughn. If you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, the motion passes. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. We move next to, I believe, the claims docket. Under Finance Administration, do I have a motion for approval?
I'll take the Jeffrey Rupp role.
All
and
right,
move
thank you,
approval.
Alderman Sistrunk. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Moreland. All those in favor, please signify by, nope. Answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name. My apologies.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Nay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Nay.
And the motion carries. All right, and that takes us to a need for, or a potential need for an executive session. If I could get a motion to go into a closed session to determine the need for executive session. That would be, yes. I have a motion from Alderman Sistrunk. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman Moreland. If you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yeah.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, we will be going into a closed determination session. If you would, please clear the room and allow us to do so.
drive it up to go there a little bit.
Well, bring home a win, because we're under a tornado watch.
Yeah, I'm watching it on my radio.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mike. Have a good time. All right. We are out of executive session, and the board took no action in executive session, and I will read the call for a work session, which is in accordance with the notices required under Mississippi Code annotated 254113. The board will have a work session on Friday, the 30th of May, 2025 at 11 a.m. That meeting will be held at City Hall in the second floor conference room located at 110 West Main. Notice should be provided to this work session within 1 hour of this meeting by posting such notice at City Hall. The notice for the work session should be made a part of the minutes of the board meeting. The work session will be an open public meeting in the city of Starkville, and the public and press are invited to attend. And please duly note that we will be meeting at our next meeting, because it is an election day. We will be meeting upstairs on the second floor conference room for our normal board meeting, and that is listed on our agenda. So, do I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Alderman Vaughn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Moreland? If you would please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Moreland.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrum. Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, we are in adjournment. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate everybody's attendance.